Greg Reardon and Dawn Erb, our first of the Group B boats for the qualifying round at number 3. They're from Inglewood. The boat is Adrenaline. So Greg Reardon and Dawn Erb, when they first came into the sport, they managed to stick the boat up on the dirt a couple of times. And been avoiding he's gone really wide. How he managed to save that is beyond me, but he did save it nonetheless. I'll bet you Dawn Erb, she had a couple of moments where there was a bit of puckering going on. So not a bad time there, 51.194 there for Greg Reardon and Dawn Erb. Buttercup will be next out on the track. Just remember, if he gets upset about you calling him Buttercup, just call him more often Buttercup. Buttercup out on the track with sister Ben Soul. Oh, just got the, gee, I tell you what, he's going about this very aggressively, really throwing his boat around at the moment, the Stinger hull. The Aquaholic is the boat. Oh, backed off too hard, boy-oh. Got right out of it. Now up the Anaki Electrical front straight into the big sweeper part of the track. So Buttercup across the line with a 52.194. 52.195 in fact. I don't think a thousandth of a second will matter at this stage of the day, but Daniel Reid there coming into that hairpin, he backed off and you saw the back of the boat lift up a little bit because there was no water flowing through the jet unit. It wasn't spinning the blades, so what happens is it gets reversion, which means the water goes into the jet unit, it's got nowhere to go. The back of the boat lifts up, the bow of the boat pushes down, and then when he tried to get back onto the accelerator, all of that momentum was lost and he just bogged it down big time. Both Daniel Reid and Ben Soul will go back and try to work out a better way around that one. Now Tim and Blair Edhouse in Liquid Addiction. Tim Edhouse stood on top of the podium last round up there at Merry Merry, just south of Auckland, and was absolutely stoked with that outcome. Blair is his son, and this is the great thing about this sport. Fathers and sons and husbands and wives and mates all get the opportunity to play together. And, you know, the only reason when you, oh, geez, I tell you what, he's done that each and every time. That is planned. As he comes back towards commentary, he's getting close into that Altherm Window Systems Island, but getting away with it each and every time. Tim Edhouse into the sweeper and the run to the line. And a 48.216 for Tim and Blair puts them to the top of the table. Very tight launch ramp down here, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see some of the trailer drivers, the reversers, or what having a little bit of trouble getting them into the right spot. Patrick and Jay Hayden now New Zealand #1 in the Group B category. This is qualifying 3. We've got 4 qualifying rounds. Paddy Hayden. Don't know what he was doing there. That was a very strange start there for Patrick Hayden. Not at all understanding what he's doing. He sort of started off slow, came down the back straight slow, now easing up again. Obviously something going on with that, or he could be playing games, he could be playing mind games with his competitors. So Paddy Hayden will have to get some word back from the pits and see what this is all about. The boat not handling well through that washing machine, just hitting that bow wave and really popping up. Probably, well, 51.838, I've got to say, for Paddy Hayden. That was a bit like a lap of driving Miss Daisy. The next boat out will be another one of the Reed boys. This is Uncle Tony. And you see the stickers on the driver's side there, it's dazed and the navigator's confused. Uncle Tony now got a little bit more horsepower in this particular boat. The first couple of rounds was way down on horsepower. They threw some money at the engine and really picking up the horsepower load on it. And at the moment he's had a lot of experience, but I still reckon he could almost just eat a sandwich while he's out there at the moment. He doesn't seem to be bothered too much by it, not oversteering it, not overthinking it. Bakey's doing the navigational duties. Uncle Tony's just out there for a cruise. It's like he thinks he's in Americana. Boat just hopping, skipping and jumping just a little bit there. So Tony Reed there with a 52.751. Yeah, Uncle Tony Reed down there at Reed Engineering, just down there in Waitara. So if you got something that needs a bit of welding or fixing, go down and see Uncle Tony. He's a pretty good fella, and done a lot of work for a few of these other boats in the Group B category around this region recently. So he said, well, I'll let the two nephews think that they were going really good. Now it's my time to, well, to show them something new. But Tony will have to certainly pick up the time a little bit there. So Bevan Schuler now and Sam Fergus, the Group B Schuler Concrete. And these guys, local boys as well, their first season, and they've been doing a fantastic job as well. So at the moment in the Group B category, it's Tim Edhouse on the top of the tree with a 48.216. And then it's some nearly 3 seconds down to Greg Reardon, Patrick Hayden, Daniel Reed et al. Well, I've got it stuck around that hairpin. All right, so Bevan Schuler out there, well, skipping and jumping around a little bit, needs to tidy it up just a little bit. And through the line there with a 53.642, 53.642. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a little bit hungry, there's plenty of food stalls around the place. So we've also got food up in the go-kart club rooms for the local kindergarten fundraiser as well. Plenty of foodies around the place, very well catered, this event. Don't get dehydrated while you're sitting there watching one of the best, probably in my mind, the best motorsport on the planet. So make sure you get plenty of tucker and plenty of drinks into you. Crowded house now, Kelly Manell and Karen Christmas, Santa's daughter, I reckon. 0800 Spy Engine, CPSL, is on board as well as a sponsor. Was down at the Crowded House there the other night and enjoying the revelry of Americana. So Kelly Manel looking quite good out there at the minute. Yeah, nice smooth run at the moment from Kelly into the, yeah, he's going to beat most of that pressure wave. Oh, yeah, a little bit ugly in there. Probably cost herself about a second and a half by bogging that down. So Girltalk now heading for the line, and a 51.169. Kelly Manel finds herself in P2 in front of Greg Reardon. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, support all of the foodies. There's plenty of tucker out there. Also got the kids' entertainment area down the far side, the far end of the track, up behind the corporate area there. Got a few kids' rides up there. So, Mum and Dad, if the kids are giving you the annoying thing, do what I do. Take 2 headache tablets and stay away from children, because that's exactly what it says on the box. TNT Racing now, Ray Thompson. TNT, Ray Thompson and David Toms. These guys been in and out of the sport for a while. It's great to see them back again. And Dave Toms, I'll tell you what, he's certainly got the arm right out there in front of Ray Thompson, hasn't he? Have a look at the way that this navigator operates. He only puts his hand out when he needs to, but he certainly puts it a long way in front of Ray's face. There's no doubt about that. Oh, sets it up for the hairpin. Went out really wide, grabbed a little bit of mud off the bank. Eased it right down getting around the hairpin, and probably wouldn't have lost as much time as some of the others that bulked down into that part of the track. So smart drive from the dinosaur. Ray Thompson now across the line, 49.694. Ray Thompson now into P2. Great run. You saw him back off big time into the mouthfresh hairpin, but that was nicely executed. A lot of the drivers trying to get in and out of there fast. Ray Thompson got an old head on his shoulders, just eased it down and got in and out there very, very smoothly indeed. All right, the next two to face the starter will be husband and wife team, Clayton Tisdall and Mandy Tisdall from down there in the South Island. The boat is getting cider. It's all about cider. Tisdall contracting. This is the Jetsprint hull. So Clayton and Mandy out of the blocks, their first qualifying. Oh, he was really, really late and wide into the Methanex sweeper. I thought he was going to end up in the hay bales. Clayton and Mandy were nearly lost to the sport after some bloke took them for a ride, took them for a bit of a ride as far as engine building went down there in the South Island. And come back beautifully. Oh, the way they've done that hairpin, that is just magnificent. These two, now they've been working out their track rotation together, have just been getting better and better and better and better. And have a look at Mandy. She's excited. Don't worry about that. Clayton Tisdale, quick time, 47.903. Great run in the Group B category for Clayton and Mandy. Their first qualifying run, the grill fell out and they nearly sunk the boat. So you'd have to suggest that they've had a pretty good recovery. Looks like Jason Reed might be the next one. Jason Reed went home on Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction. And it wasn't actually about the wardrobe so much. He just confused the wardrobe for something else that was not the wardrobe. And, well, he's well dressed. We'll talk about that in a minute. Jason Reed. Up the Naki Electrical front straight. Hayden Wilson sitting in alongside Jason Reed. Another one of the Nappy boys, but after his wardrobe malfunctioned on Friday night, we will definitely call him the Nappy boy. So Jason Reed now into the hairpin. This boat is doing, he's looking a lot more reliable than we've seen it for the last couple of rounds. Knifed it a little bit around the Altherm area through the start-finish line. So Jason Reed now lining it up into the far side of the track, coming around, and not a bad time there for Jason with a 52.119, and he's had a lot of trouble with this boat throughout the years, and well, if you know Jason Reed, you know he's pretty well dressed, and after the time that he spent in the closet on Friday night, you can understand why he's so well dressed, because he has spent a fair bit of time in the cupboard. So Jason Reed now just bringing the boat back into the trailer as we go down to the outer limits of Craig Shaw and Gillian Good. The outer limit vessel now launching off the line into the big sweeper at the top. This is a very fast opening rotation, this first lap, into that tightening, into the nut. It tightens right up in there. Now shooting it up to the far side of the track. In here, miss the... So we've got another interesting bit of timing for you guys at the moment as we see Craig Shaw now just winding out this lap. That's a pretty good run really, and it's a 49.545. So Craig Shaw in a P3. This is how it's going to look. Clayton Tisley 1, Tim Edhouse 2, Craig Shaw, that man in 3, Ray Thompson, Kelly Manel, Greg Reardon, Patrick Hayden, Jason Reed, Daniel Reed, Tony Reed and Bevan Schuler. We are now going to reset our clocks and go to the Stinger International Group A category. We've just got a time for you at the